Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. All our recruitment partners and our partners here. Today, I'm gonna host a webinar with Yes Education and University Canada West and University of Niagara Falls. So right here we have Mr. William here. He will be presenting for University of Canada West, and Miss Lobby that will be presenting for University of Niagara Falls. Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
precisely what you call
Yes.
this. We're the Global University team for Canada that will be presenting for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. So without further ado, I am allowing you. Maybe Miss Lobby will start it first with University of Niagara Falls.
Okay. So can we
Okay.
start now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. So tell me if you could see my slide.
Yes, I can see it clearly.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Lobby. I'm the Regional Director for Southeast Asia for Global University System for both University Canada West and University of Niagara Falls. So I'm, pretty much in charge for the region regarding that. So magandang umaga sa inyo. Maraming salamat. So what I'm saying is good morning in Filipino, okay? And thank you for attending this webinar for Yes Education. So Susan and the team, thank you so much for this opportunity. Okay. Uh, Let me give you a background regarding our company. I think most of you are familiar regarding Global University System. Global University System is actually considered as one of the biggest, if not the biggest, educational provider in the whole world. We have over 100,000 international students coming from 150 countries. So if you're going to see, we're pretty much globally. Our students are coming all over the world, okay? So these are institutions all over the world, almost all continents, global university system. We have institutions in Asia. We have one in Singapore. We have in Hong Kong. We have in what they call this in India, of course. In Middle East, we have institutions in Dubai. When it comes to Europe, name it, right? We got Ireland, Germany, Spain. We have institutions. We recently launched one for what they call this for Switzerland. Okay, for Austria, we have United Kingdom, and name it, right? We're pretty much there in Europe. And of course, in America, we conquer both North America and South America. We have medical school in South America, three medical school. In the US, we got Avila University, Webster University. And when it comes to Canada, since we have so many institutions, we have to divide it to two divisions. We got the colleges divisions and the university divisions. So right now we'll be presenting the university divisions for as Canada. Okay. So let me give you a background. Let me start with University of Niagara Falls. University of Niagara Falls it's located in Niagara Falls. As you all know, Niagara Falls is the border of Canada and America in the province of Ontario. And of course, Niagara Falls has an American side. It has it's a U.S. side and a Canada side. Just to distinguish that our institution is actually in Canada. That's why our name is University of Niagara Falls, Canada. And our shout out innovations flows here. So why innovations flows here? Our goal when it comes to UNF, okay, is we wanted to mold and create digital leaders. This is the digital world. It's an internet age, as they say. If you don't know anything about the internet, about apps, about your laptops, your cell phone for one, it's gonna be difficult to what we call this it's going to be difficult for students to, when it comes to the works and where to find jobs, diba? And, be qualified for there. So what we wanted to make sure is like our students to have the right skills that are really needed right now in the industry. So we have to make sure that they're employable in the Western world or in the digital era right now. Okay. So let me give you a background regarding Niagara Falls. So for some of you that that not yet familiar about Niagara Falls, Niagara Falls is the number one tourist destinations of Canada. It's pretty much the Eiffel Tower of France or the Statue of Liberty of America. So when it comes to Canada, the number one tourist destinations is Niagara Falls. Okay. And you know what? In 2024, Niagara Falls was actually, awarded as the happiest place in Canada. So again, imagine the happiest place in Canada. So if our students wanted to be happy, all they have to do is actually live and study in Niagara Falls. Okay. Just like any other tourist destinations, okay, um, when it's a tourist destination, it's a place wherein the economy is better, where students could have loads of jobs, right, available for them, or loads of opportunities for them. So it's a perfect place for them to study, to work, what they call this, to raise their family. And so, what's so wonderful about Niagara Falls? So, it's the number one tourist destination in Canada. Okay, the cost of living is far, far better compared to other big cities like Toronto. Okay, like for example, a house in a couple could rent a room at around 800 to 900 in Ontario, or pretty much in what they call this Toronto. The lowest that they could rent is around 1,200 for a couple. So again, loads of savings. For a single application, they could rent a room for around 400 to 500. Okay. In Toronto, it's pretty much around 700 to 900 for a room, or 1,000. So loads of savings for our international students. And another thing, beautiful about this, it's the number one tourist destination. So when it's a tourist destinations, it's, transportations or accessibility is very, very important, right? So it's one of the most accessible, what they call this, area when it comes to Canada. Okay, they wanted to go to Toronto, which is the biggest city in Canada, or the Jakarta of Canada. It's only around 1.5 hours from Niagara Falls. They wanted to go to America. Okay, our institution is pretty much like in the border of America and Canada. It's only 5 minutes away. Imagine University of Niagara Falls. It's only 1 minute away from the border of New York. Again, 5 minutes walking distance. You could actually see America from our building. That's how near we are when it comes to the border of what do you call this, of Canada. And my favorite thing about Niagara Falls, the biggest outlet shopping center in the whole Canada. You could see it in the Niagara Falls. Oh my gosh, I don't want to bring my credit card when I go to these outlet shops. Okay, and what I love about Niagara Falls, it's considered as the happiest place. Why? There are loads of events, right? There's loads of festivals. It's a place that, how do you describe Niagara Falls? It's a place that's so chill, so relaxed, yeah. So it's a place that you could hardly feel any stress, right, compared to other cities within Canada. So again, what they call this, it's the happiest place when it comes to Canada, and it is considered as the honeymoon capital of the world. Not just Canada, not just North America, it's the whole world. So loads of people are going here for honeymoon. So if our student have what they call this, a spouse, they could honeymoon every day, or they could find what they call this, their future forever partners in Niagara Falls. Okay, so let's go to University of Niagara Falls, Canada. Why study in UNF? Okay, compared to other institutions in Canada. When it comes to global university system, one of the most important thing about one of the most commonality regarding our all institutions, we're all located in the downtown area or in the city. You know for a fact when you're in the city or in the downtown area, loads of opportunities. The jobs are already there, the opportunities for our international students are there, and of course accessibility for transportations, it's almost 24 hours. So, what they call this, they won't have difficulties finding jobs and finding transportations, within 24 hours. And second, as I mentioned earlier, our programs are innovative. Okay. Do you know that we actually update our curriculum every semester? We have to make sure, technology right now, right? It changes so drastically. It changes in the speed of light. So we wanted to make sure that our students, okay, have the right skills that are currently needed that are needed in the current fora when it comes to the employment market. Okay, and what we are proud when it comes to University of Niagara Falls, we have the most uncomplicated admission requirements, guys. Uncomplicated admission requirements. We have the easiest admission requirements on all universities when it comes to Canada, and that's something that we are proud of. Okay, and of course you cannot find the most affordable tuition fee in Canada when it comes to the program that we're offering. Again, we have the most affordable tuition fee when it comes to all the programs that we're selling to Canada. And all our programs are eligible for post-graduation work permit, and our master's program our students could be able to bring their spouse, and their spouse are eligible for an open work permit. So these are the things that I will be discussing throughout my presentations. Okay, let me give you our locations. This is the what they call this the Niagara Fall area. Okay, if you're gonna see, this is the color green. It's actually the waterfalls, the famous Niagara Falls. Okay, coming from our institutions, going to Niagara Falls, 20 minutes walking distance. In 20 minutes walking distance, they're already in the waterfalls area. Okay. And it's very easy actually to find our institutions. Our students wouldn't have difficulties locating it because we're just near the City Hall of Niagara Falls, as in beside the City Hall of Niagara Falls. And if you're gonna see on top, you're gonna see Amtrak, right? Amtrak is the American train. It's the train systems that coming all over America. New York, Chicago, Pennsylvania, even Las Vegas, all over, and it stops in front of her school. Imagine it stops in front of her school, and it's also the train system coming all over what you call this Canada. Toronto, Montreal, it stops in front of our school. Okay, not just the train system, even the what you call this the buses. Okay, if you wanted to go to New York, the Greyhound bus, the flexi buses, it's just in front of our school. So if you have relatives or you wanted to travel to America or students wanted to travel America, all you have to do is just walk 2 minutes. Okay, 2 to 3 minutes, you're already in front of the bus. Okay, that's how near we are when it comes to the transport system. When it comes to what they call this North America, we're actually the center of the transport hub in North America. The buses coming from Toronto and of course Montreal and other parts of Canada, it's also stopped in front of our schools. Okay, another thing. Niagara Falls is the number one tourist destinations, as we all know. So there are loads of like hotels all over here. Loads of what they call it is also known as the wine capital when it comes to Canada. So loads of job opportunities, and Niagara Falls is actually being developed right now as the retirement community when it comes to the Canadian, for the Canadian. So I'm telling you, one of the places in Canada we're in, our students would have difficulties finding jobs for themselves and for the family that they're be bringing with them. Okay, as I said earlier, this is the border of America and Canada. This is the Canada side and this is the America side. Okay, from coming from our school, I'm telling you, just 5 minutes walking distance, they're already in the border of New York. Okay, so the upstate New York, it's very near what they call this, our institution. Okay, so what are the programs that we're offering for University of Niagara Falls, Canada? We got the graduate program. So we got 3 master's degree and around 7 more coming very, very soon. Okay, and we also have undergraduate programs. Okay, so these are 2 bachelor degree that has the most affordable tuition fee when it comes to international students. So very, very proud for you, to present these programs. Okay, so let me give you a background first regarding our graduate programs. Um, for the longest time, we've been, majority of like people from Southeast Asia, they go to, international, they go to other countries to become an international students. Majority of them are bachelor degree holder. For the longest time, what we're doing is actually we tra- uh, we actually give them like diploma programs or graduate certificates, right? What do you call this? But majority of them are actually bachelor degree holder. Okay, we give them like those kind of vocational programs because it's affordable, it's cheaper, right? Because for the longest time, going into universities in Canada, it's kind of difficult, right? The admission process is it's very extreme. um the fees are like sky, it's like pretty much 60,000 to 100,000 to 300,000 for the whole program. Okay, but right now we don't have to downgrade our students. We could be able to top up them with the graduate programs with the master's degree, which is the easiest admission requirements, again, the easiest admission requirements, and of course the most affordable tuition fee there is. Okay, so there's so many benefits regarding a master's degree in Canada. But I rather focus on one point. Okay, majority of our students who wanted to study in Canada or even to other countries, they studied there because of the opportunities. They wanted to open themselves, in um for a permanent residence on those places, right? And the most important point when it comes to a master's degree in Canada, when they take a master's degree there, you know for a fact when they study in in Canada, there are and they wanted to become a permanent resident, there are points, right, that are given by the government. If they study diploma programs or mga certificate programs, their points towards the PR pathways is around 15 points. But if they study like a master's degree, their points is double at 30 points. So again, it's much easier for them to achieve the points required for their Canadian dream to become a permanent resident in Canada. So again, that's the most important thing when it comes to the benefits of studying a master's degree in Canada. Okay. But let's go to what we call as the economic thingy. Of course, they wanted to become a permanent resident in Canada, but what are the advantages again, what we call this economically for our students, for them to study a master's degree compared to any diploma or certificate programs in Canada. One thing is like for example, if they study a college level certificate or a diploma, their entry level salary, okay, after they graduated is around 35,000 Canadian dollars in a year. That's the entry level, right? When they graduated the bachelor degree in Canada, it's pretty much around 42,000 in a year. But actually, if they actually finish a master's degree in Canada, their um, their entry level salary ranging around 65 to 70,000 or even to 80,000 in a year. That's just an entry level. So again, what they call this in economically, the salary for a master's degree is double of that of a diploma programs or a certificate program graduates in Canada. So again, with this they could be able to what they call this survive, thrive, and we know for a fact that one of the biggest complaint of like international students when it comes to any country is the cost of living. It's very high. If you're gonna see with the master's degree, what they call this, they could be able to thrive, and enjoy themselves, right? Compared to a diploma program that they're living on a paycheck to paycheck basis. So again, this is one of the most important things why they have to take a master's degree. So let's go to a master, our what do you call this, our master's program. 80% of our master's degree program applications came from Masters of Management. Why Masters of Management? Masters of Management is one of the most flexible, okay, program that any students, it doesn't matter their background is. They're a police, they're a teachers, an engineer, an IT, an agriculturalist, they're into music, they're into anything, right? They could apply for a Masters of Management. Okay, because management is all about leadership skills. It's all about how they were being taught how to manage people, how to manage a company, how to manage a project. So an engineer, a police, even a nurse, a doctor, anything in the healthcare industry, they could apply for a master's of management. Okay, so again, it doesn't matter their background is, they could be able to apply for a master's of management. We got two specializations: emerging technology and entrepreneurship. What if the students actually, what they call this, have a PhD or a master's degree in Indonesia, right? Can they be able to apply for a master's of management degree in UNF? Yes, because our curriculum is quite different compared to the curriculum that you have in Indonesia. Entrepreneurship, what's so wonderful about entrepreneurship? Anyone, right? Anyone from any industry could have their own business, could become an entrepreneur. So again, what do you call this? They have an online shops, an engineering firm, an IT firm. They wanted to have their own hawker thingy, right, and stuff like that. Again, anyone could apply for a master's in management as long as they have a bachelor degree holder. What do you call this? They could be able to present their diploma, their TOR again. It's pretty much free for anyone, okay, to apply as long as they have the credentials. Okay, for the longest time, as I mentioned earlier, what they call this, majority of actually, the industry has been sending international students into diploma programs, certificate programs, even though there are bachelor degree holder already. Okay? Why? Because it's cheaper. Again, the admission requirement on colleges in Canada is very, very easy. Okay, let's go to the price. How much is the diploma program? Okay, when it comes to Canada, on an average, is around 17,000, like let's say 17,000 to 20,000 in a year for a bachelor, for diploma programs in Canada. Okay. how much is a master's degree in Canada prior to UNF coming in the market? So 60,000 to 200,000 Canadian dollars for the whole program. How much is our tuition fee? 31,000 for the 2 years program. So again, it's pretty much around 15,000 in a year. So imagine 15,000 in a year. Okay, it's or much cheaper than any diploma program, than any certificate program, or any vocational programs in Canada. So it's cheaper to take a master's degree now than downgrade to any diploma or a certificate program. So that's so wonderful, a game changer when it comes to the industry. Loads of savings when it comes to our international students. Again, with this program, they could be able to bring their spouse. Their spouse could be able to work full time. They have double points when it comes to immigrations, right? What they call this immigration pathways. Okay. Another thing, again, the economic output. The salary of a master's degree graduate is double of that of a diploma or even a certificate program graduate, a postgraduate certificate graduates when it comes to Canada. So loads of benefits, right? For them to take a master's degree in Canada. Okay. Our second program is the Masters of Data Analytics. The Masters of Data Analytics, what they call it, you know for a fact that data analytics is one of the highest paying job in the whole world. In Canada, it's fourth of the highest paying job. Okay. Um, What's their difference compared to other institutions that are offering a data analytics? We're one of the few that offering a master's degree. Okay? And we are pretty much the most affordable master's degree in data analytics in the whole of Canada. Okay? So again, if they're earning more on a diploma, if they're earning that much in a diploma or a certificate program, what more if they have a master's degree in data analytics? Okay, currently in the market right now, majority we're sending students to Canada. The cost for a data analytics for a diploma program or a certificate is around 40,000 to 45,000, right? 40,000 to 45,000 for the 2 years program. The question is, how much is our tuition fee? 35,000 Canadian dollars. Okay, again, 35,000 Canadian dollars for 2 years program already. Again, it's much cheaper to take a master's degree than take a certificate program, okay, or any diploma program. And presenting to you the most affordable master's degree in the whole Canada. Again, guys, the most affordable master's degree in Canada. It's Masters of Arts in Digital Media and Global Communications. Do you know how much our tuition fee is here? It's only 28,000 Canadian dollars for the 2 years program. Again, 28,000 for 2 years program, 14,000 in a year. Okay, the most affordable master's degree in the whole Canada. Um, with this program, they could be able to bring their spouse. Their spouse could be able to work full time. They have the double, what they call this, points when it comes to PR pathways in Canada, and of course, the economic output, higher salaries, better benefits for our international students when they have a degree and a master's degree. Okay. So what are the entry requirements? Very, very easy. I told you one of the things that we're proud of when it comes to University of Niagara Falls, we have the easiest admission requirement when it comes to any master's degree in Canada. First of all, we don't have any application fee. Okay, all we need for them are a high school they are a college graduate, they have a bachelor degree. Let's just go here. Okay, these are the only documents that we required our what we call as our students diploma and transcript of record of their tertiary educations. Okay. So again, a diploma and a transcript of record. They have to be a bachelor degree holder. Okay. What's wonderful about this is we don't need any job experiences. A newly graduate could apply for a master's degree directly to UNF. So again, no job experiences needed, no managerial experiences, no GMAT, no whatever it is. These are the only thing that we require our students: diploma, transcript of record, their passport, their proof of English. Okay, we don't even require CV. Okay, we don't even require it's optional for students to upload an CV since we don't require an English. What do you call this? We don't require a job experiences for them. Okay, so what are the grades requirements that we have? Our CGPA is around 3 plus or around B. Okay, so a grade of B as long as they graduate a bachelor degree in Canada. Okay, so around 83%. So these are the IELTS or the English proficiency test that we're actually accepting. Okay, So Duolingo, we actually accept Duolingo in Masters in Digital Media, what we call this as a score at 125, IELTS is 6.5, over a minimum of 6 in writing math. So that's how easy is it. Okay. So we have 4 intakes in a year. We got spring, summer intake, we got fall intake, and winter intake. So again, spring, summer intake. So again, January, we got April, we got July, and we got September and intake. So those are our intake in a year. With the Bachelor in Business Administration, majority of our students actually go out of the country to study business, right? And again, our bachelor degree of business administration, we have the most affordable tuition fee when it comes to our international students. Okay. So we got two majors, digital economy and digital marketing. Okay. And we also have the Bachelor's of Science in Biomedical Sciences. Okay. So if our students wanted to take what they call this, any medical programs into biotech, they wanted to go to med school, right? What they call this, when it comes to Canada or to even the USA, there our programs are accredited in North America, okay, and even in South America. Okay, so our tuition fee is how much? It's only like for example, for a Bachelor of Business Administrations in a year, 14,000. Okay, 14,000 in a year. For a Bachelor of Science in Medical Sciences is around 20,000. Again, you know how expensive a medical program is in Canada, but again, we have one of the lowest tuition fee when it comes to the medical program. So, what are the admission requirements that we have? Very easy. B grades. They have to be 12 years completions of a high school diplomas. Okay, senior, a grade of B or 83% up. Okay, so that's the only thing we need from them. We have two intake, the fall intake, and we got the October intake and the January intake for our bachelor degree. So let's go to the scholarship. As you know, the prices that I presented to you is actually net of scholarship. So we have a Niagara College, a Niagara Indonesia Innovation Education Award. It's a new scholarship that we're giving exclusively for the Indonesian citizen. Okay, so as you can see, our tuition fee is around 48. Let's go to the Masters of Management. Our regular tuition fee is 42,000. The award amount that we're giving you is 11,550. So the students will only be paying 31,200. 31,200 for the 2 years program again. Okay. So again, when it comes to the Southeast Asia, Indonesia have the lowest, what we call this, the biggest scholarship that we're giving in the region. Again, so we love Indonesia for one. Our boss just came to Indonesia, talk to your officials for one. And what she promised is to give you the best scholarship when it comes to the University of Niagara Falls. Okay. So this is the Niagara Indonesia Innovation Education Award. Uh, and again, on top of that, we're also giving academic merit awards. If a students have a grade of 80%, maintain that on a per term basis, we're giving the students additional 500 CAD 500 CAD every term. Okay, every term. What they call this, if they actually, what they call this, maintain a scholarship or grades of around 80% or 3.67. So imagine additional, a huge savings. Not only that, okay, we have another, the UNF President's Academic Distinction List. If our students actually have a grades of 90% and above, we're giving additional 1,000 Canadian dollars per term. Okay, 1,000 additional per term scholarship to our students. So a huge, huge savings. So imagine 1,000 Canadian dollars. That's a huge plus when it comes to our international students. Okay, this is like a new scholarship that we recently launched. Okay, the Canadian Experience Entrance Award. If you have students, if you have students or people that actually reside or Indonesians that reside in Canada for at least a year, tourist visa, work permit, open work permit of their spouses, or students that actually have an expiring student study permit, they could apply for a Canadian Experience Entrance Award as long as they reside in Canada for legally within a year. Again, if you have people, Indonesian and Canada, or even other nationalities that are as a legal status who resides in Canada within a year, they could apply for this Canadian Experience Entrance Award. So imagine someone who's there for a tourist visa for a year, they could apply for the scholarship. So how much is the scholarship? Imagine, for the Masters of Digital Media and Global Communication is 17,500 for the 2 years program. We're giving them the domestic fees, okay, for these people who had 1 year residency when it comes to Canada, any part of Canada. As long as they were there legally for 1 year, they could have the domestic fees of UNF. Again, 17,000. Imagine how much is that, right? In a year, it's around 17,005. How much is that? 7,500, 7,600 or something like that per year. The most affordable scholarship when it comes to an international student. So again, if you have students that has been in Canada legally for a year, they are eligible for a Canadian Experience Entrance Award that makes them eligible for domestic fees when it comes to what they call this, our scholarship in University of Niagara Falls. So that's the biggest news that we have right now. So thank you so much. That pretty much ends my presentation. So uh, Susan, can we do the Q&A now or let's do
Yes.
it later?
I think we can do it later. We
Sure,
can
sure.
move on with the University Canada West.
Okay, okay. William, your turn.
All right. Thank you, Lovi. Can I share my presentation now?
Yeah, yeah, you
All
can.
right. Thank you. Are you seeing my presentation right now?
Yes,
All right.
clear.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's start. So again, my name is William Sanwan. I'm the Senior Business Development Manager of Global University System, and I handle University Canada West. Okay, for the Philippines. But right now, I'm going to present with you. Okay, so let's start. So University Canada West. So why UCW? All right. Um, all right, so let's start. Okay, by the way, what you're going to learn today is about UCW, the programs that we offer, the student services, career opportunities, about some information about Vancouver, our campuses, especially the awards or the scholarships that we offer. Um, okay, so that's me. All right, so let's start. So why choose UCW? All right, so UCW is an innovative business and technology oriented teaching focused institution in Canada. So we are offering undergraduate and graduate degrees for domestic and international students. So UCW takes great pride in delivering exceptional education, and our achievements speak for themselves. So the University Canada West earned 5-star rating from the QS Stars, so making the UCW the first university in British Columbia and third in Canada to earn this distinction. So, but that's not all. So we also made an history by becoming the first university to hold both the national MBA Games and BC Games trophies simultaneously. All right. So we that's the MBA games is the games for those universities in Canada that have a master's program. All right. So we are proud that we have this, becoming the first university to hold both national and BC Games trophies. All right. So also our graduates receive a globally recognized Canadian degree. So they lead most popular national and multinational corporations such as Google, Apple, Amazon, and SAP. Right? So we got 11,000 plus students, and those students came from 100 plus countries, so including Southeast Asian countries like, Indonesia. So we also have these two downtown campuses in downtown Vancouver. And when it comes to employability, we got 93% of our MBA students are working or have lined up within 1 year of graduating. Okay. So as I mentioned, we received this. We are proud to say that we have this 5-star rating from the QS Star. So, uh, okay, so QS Stars is the higher education rating system. So we are the third university in Canada first in British Columbia to have this 5-star rating. We also received this 2025 Best Online Universities, Best Online MBA programs, and Best Online Bachelor's Degree program. Okay, so let's talk about the age of our students. So the oldest or the mature students that we have is 70 years old, and the youngest that we have is 18 years old. Right? So for the mature students, for example, I'll give you an example. Here in the Philippines, our mature students that get visa approval is 58 years old, and the other one is 53 years old. So guys, if you do have some matured students in your pipeline, there's still hope for them, so they can be accepted for UCW. So we got 4 flexible intakes. So compared that is short wave pathways programs with 4 flexible intakes per year. So we got winter, spring, summer, and fall. So right now our intake that is still open is for fall, and we also have for next year, which is April, January and April. Okay, so for those students, prospective students that you have, they can apply for fall and winter and spring for next year. Okay. So again, 93% proven employability for our MBA students. And for the classes that we offer both online and hybrid mode, in person and online guided learning. Right. So that's 50-50. So when it comes to our faculty, our professors are not just STEAM academics. They are also renowned in their industry. So they don't just repeat textbook content. So they bring their extensive experience in business into a classroom. So they're using their years of experience. All right, and throughout their program, the professor will use their professional work equipped with the latest knowledge and skills needed to succeed today's competitive global market. So those professors, they're using their years of experience. That's the one they shared with their students. Okay, all the programs that we offer here in UCW um may be eligible for post graduation work permit after the students successfully complete their degree or finish their program. Okay, aside from the associated parts. Okay, so for financial support, we offer grants, bursaries, and scholarships. So I will discuss more on that later. Okay, so University Canada West is also on the designated learning institutions list. All right. So for accreditation, memberships, and designation, these are important to our university because they externally validate the quality of the education we provide to our students. So our MBA and Bachelor of Commerce is accredited by ACBSP and NCMA, and all the programs is accredited by British Columbia Education Quality Assurance. All right. So let's talk about our programs. So let's start with our undergraduate programs. So first is the Bachelor of Commerce. So Bachelor of Commerce, this program provides a solid foundation in business principle, preparing students for a wide range of careers in the business world. And this is a 120 credit program. Okay. So the elective area for this one is accounting. And the uh, the career opportunities for our students, this is high demand for accountants and financial planners. So the common roles for those students is like accountant, business analyst, financial consultant, marketing manager. So the next one is the Bachelor of Arts in Business Communication. This is also 120 credit program. So this program combines business education and communication skills. So ideal for careers in public relations, marketing, and corporate communication. So the elective area for this one is communications management. Okay. So for the career opportunities, our graduate can work for, yeah, biological laboratories, or CBC, Radio Canada, or more. So the common role for our students once they finish this program is, like, for example, PR specialist, media specialist, content strategist, marketing communication specialist. Okay. So the last one is the associative part. So the student can use this as stepping stone for their bachelor's degree. So this program offers a broad-based education that can be served as the stepping stone to further studies or entry-level positions in the various fields. Okay. All right. So that's a 60 credit program. Okay. So here are the entry requirements for our undergraduate program. First is the K to 12 diploma and a TOR with a grade of 2.0 on a 4.33 scale. And we also required an academic IELTS of 6.5 overall score with a minimum of 6.0 in writing band. Okay. So the basic requirements for all of our programs are TOR, diploma, copy of the valid passport, then the updated resume, and the last one is the proof of English, like, academic IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, PTE, password, and Duolingo. So we accept Duolingo. For Duolingo, the overall score is 115, and the literacy and production score should be 105. Okay. So let's talk about our MBA. So why is it popular here and abroad? Our MBA is designed for professional looking to, advance their careers, offering advanced business knowledge and leadership skills. Okay. So the students will study, like, maximum of 12 hours per week. Okay. In this program, anyone can apply, no age limit. This is also a non-thesis MBA program. Okay. So for our MBA, we have this, elective programs. Okay. So for the electives, before we got 9 electives, but this time we got, we trimmed down it to, 6 electives. And good thing with this electives that we have, our students can also qualify to earn certification, including, chartered professional in human resources. That is CPHR if they're going to choose human resources. And if you're going to choose leadership, they can be, certified digital marketing professional or certified digital marketing associate. So it is not just, it is not just masters. So you will still earn those certification, but it's up to the student if they want to be, certified. Okay. So it is not mandatory, but it's up to the student for if they want to have, additional certification for this master's program. And also we have a good news. We have this new MBA specialization. So aside from those certification, aside from the MBA that they're going to, earn for UCW, from UCW, so they will have this, MBA specialization as well. So we implement this new MBA specialization to ensure that our students will acquire, the relevant skills, industry insights, and a strategic mindset, necessary to excel in a involving workforce. So this is, all in demand programs or in demand specializations. So by aligning our educational offerings with the market demands, we will empower our leaders to drive innovation to make significant impact from the outset. Okay, so we got this supply chain management, business analytics, and the last one is the artificial intelligence and machine learning leadership. And this, this specialization, this is also included in their certificate or in their diplomas. Okay, and also this will be included in their transcripts. So once they apply, the employer will see the specialization that they took when they have their MBA with UCW, right? Again, these are the in-demand um, programs in Canada right now. So we align this specialization to the Canadian market demands. Okay, so let's talk about our entry requirements. So first is um the grade that we require. So a cumulative GPA of 3.0 on the 4.33 scale, right? And have one of the following. Okay, so we will accept if the student have this, GMAT or GRE that has been, written in last 5 years, or an appropriate Canadian professional designation or equivalent for international designation, or bachelor's degree in business. And before we accept all those students who graduate all those bachelor's degree graduate in our master's program. But if the student is not graduate of bachelor's degree in business, we offer them, or we give them, we accept them in the program, but we give them a 3 months foundation or preparatory program. But this time we will only accept direct entry students. So where those students will be coming from? It will be coming from business degree in business, and um in STEM. We add this STEM related programs. Okay, so that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. All right. So these are the example of those business degrees and STEM related programs. So if you do have some students graduate of chemistry, physics, if you have this geologist, zoologist, pharmacologist, or IT engineer, um for mathematicians, right? So they will be accepted for direct MBA as long as they meet the entry requirements. Okay. So also, if the students have minimum of 3 years documented professional or managerial experience, so they just need to articulate it on their resume. And of course, the proof of English. So that's academic IELTS of 6.5 overall score with a minimum of 6.0 in writing band. Okay, we also accept, Duolingo, PTE, IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge. All right. Okay, so let's talk about our, accommodation. All right. So University Canada West has partnered with Forstay and GC for our off-campus housing for our students. So okay, they can choose a shared or private room. So these are the example of those accommodation and their location and the amount or the price of the room. All right. So our first stay and GEC accommodation is a fully furnished. It has 24/7 security. It includes utilities and housekeeping. So yeah. So if the student will avail our monthly rent, they will receive a special discount. Okay. So this accommodation is just 15 minutes or 30 minutes away from the campus. Okay. So let's talk about our the career development center. Okay. So our career development center, it will help our students. They will assist the students when it comes creating their resumes, cover letters. um um okay, so they will help the students set up for the resume, cover letters, job interview guidance, of course, career develop yung career work weekly career workshop. So they will also help the students connect with those non-government organization or for their networkings, volunteering. So um this is a big help for our students, for them to be prepared for the job markets. Okay, they will also they also conduct job fair or career fair. So from there, they will invite those partner companies, UCW partner companies. So from there, um, they will learn more about the students will learn more about those companies and their offerings and the opportunities for them. Okay, so where do UCW students work? So these are 15 out of those um 70 plus companies where our students are working. So most of them is very is proximate to our campuses. So for example, the Apple, um, Deloitte, the TD, and TELUS, and SAP. Okay, so most of, as you can see, as you can notice, all of those companies are is business and technology company, right? So let's talk about our campuses. Okay, so many students say that the campus environment is important part of their decision making. All right, so this is downtown Vancouver. So we got the West Pender campus and the Vancouver House campus. Okay, so um our these campuses are located in the heart of downtown Vancouver. It is surrounded by many of the world largest companies, giving the students unparalleled access to a network of prospective employers, such as the one that I have mentioned or the one that I showed before, the 15 companies. So so since we are located in business district, um these students will not be having a hard time finding their full time um full time and uh part time jobs. Okay, and both a good thing with both campuses, they're very accessible to the transportation. Okay, so the student can use the waterfront SkyTrain station, bus routes, and the sea bus terminal. All right. Okay, so this is the West Pender campus. Okay, this is located in the a historic building, office building in the heart of downtown Vancouver. So London building. It is located in London building. So the next one is the Vancouver House campus. We opened this one 20 October 2020. So it has a 34 classrooms, 3 minutes walk to seawall, and received 6+ design awards. This is also featured in Times Magazine because of the architectural design. All right. So let's talk about our scholarship. So before we have this Southeast Asia regional grant, but this time we changed it and we call it right now the International Access Grant. Okay. So good thing with this International Access Grant, it has the uh, most valued grant that we have for our Southeast Asian student. So before, for our Southeast Asia regional grant, the amount of our grant that we offer or give to our students, like for last year, it's 7,000 Canadian dollars. So early this year, we increased it to 8,655. But 4 weeks ago, we make it, or we increase it more to 11,000 Canadian dollars. All right, guys. So that is, a big amount of savings for our students. And again, this is an automatic grant for our MBA students. Okay. So let's talk about the initial deposit that we have for UCW. Before we have 7,900 Canadian dollars, but this time we increase it to 8,800 Canadian dollars starting April 14. Okay. But still, for the Southeast Asian student, they can have this, promo deposit. You know, instead of paying the 8,800 Canadian dollars in full, they can pay 4,500 Canadian dollars to get their letter of acceptance. We also have this application fee of 150 that can be deducted out of 4,500 Canadian dollars. So, for example, the student received their offer letters, okay? Together with these offer letters, they will receive their student my UCW student portal credentials. All right. So once they receive the offer letter, they can now pay the 4,500 Canadian dollars to get their letter of acceptance. Okay. So once they receive their LOA letter of acceptance, applied for their visa, and their visa get refused, what will happen to 4-5? They can refund the full amount. We will just deduct 250 Canadian dollars as admin fee. And for example, if the student um get visa approval, that's the time they will pay the remaining 4,300 Canadian dollars to complete the 8,800 initial deposit. All right. So the 8,800 initial deposit will serve as their tuition fee. It will cover the first term, then the remaining amount will be carried over to on the second sem. And the remaining tuition fee will be paid staggered or per sem. Okay? And good news, aside from those 11,000 scholarships, if the students will pay 1 year full tuition fee, they will get additional 5% discount. Imagine that, guys. So they get the 11,000 scholarship, but plus a 5% discount. So our tuition fee for our MBA for this year is 43,275. So if you're going to deduct the 11,000 scholarship, it will give the student a new total tuition fee of 32,275 estimated amount. But if the student will pay um 1 year full tuition fee, they will receive a 5%. So the new estimated total tuition fee of the student will around 30 to 31,000 Canadian dollars. So it is much much cheaper compared to those a diploma or certificate program. And we're talking about master's degree. All right. And again, this is an automatic grant for our Southeast Asian student, including Indonesians. All right. So let's talk about our provincial attestation letter. So when it comes to the provincial attestation letter, we have a lot of we have big allocation of this PAL for our students. So the PAL issuance typically take up to 3 business days, and the process is they will request this provincial attestation letter in their my UCW portal, their student portal. Once they receive their LOA letter of acceptance, they can start requesting this PAL letters. All right. So for those students that will have multiple visa rejections, they just need to provide a proof of visa rejection to our admission team. So the admission team will review if they're going to issue another PAL to the students or not. All right. If they have this existing um PAL, all right. If they as long as it is not expired, they can use this existing PAL that they have. All right. If they're going to defer for the next intake. All right. So I believe I will stop there. So we're prepared for the questions and answer.
Yes. Okay. So thank you so much, Lobby and William. I know. So sorry that because we have a quite a limited time to share all the presentations, but I do appreciate for everything that you have shared, and I have received the PowerPoint presentation for Lobby as well from UNF, and I'd love to, have the copy of your presentation as well, so the agents, can review it again, and when they are selling to the students they have like strong materials to present as well. So we're gonna open like for a Q&A session, just a quick one, because I think our time is quite limited. Does any of you have any questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free, please, guys.
Yeah.
So if you
Oh,
need any marketing material from our end, what you call this, just ask, of course, Susan regarding this, and we will make sure that we provide you with all of it. Yeah.
yes.
Hey,
Okay.
Susan went to our campus. What you could say about our campus?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, fun fact, I did visit the University of Canada West campus, and it was amazing. The building was very modern, and I can still like it's like fresh and brand new. And I do feel like there's a lot of private study pods for students. So, I do believe individual study for students, they have like a lot of chance and place to learn together. So if they want to do like projects together beyond classes, they have a lot of places to study too. Um, and
And you see, you saw our chair, right? We
yeah,
have even chairs for left-handed students.
yes,
What do you call
that-
this? Or right-handed students. So we make sure that we accommodate all those simple things, and hopefully our students could be able to appreciate it. Right?
yeah, and the location is like in downtown Vancouver. So I think it's pretty good for students as well. So if they want to go anywhere with public transportation,
Actually,
it's
walking distance, right,
yes,
Susan?
definitely.
Walking distance to every important place,
It's
shopping
very
place,
accessible.
the museum, all
Mhm.
those, galleries, the parks, we're just there. We're in the middle of, what you call this, it's a prime location.
Yes, and you can like walk just 1 minute walking to a very nice supermarket, fresh food, if I'm not mistaken.
Fresh food, imagine on
Yeah.
front, right? We actually had lunch there. William and I had lunch there because we had a meeting and we just have to rush out. I'm telling you, the food is so affordable, right? You could pick, it's like nasi kandar kind of thing, right? There's a place there that you just have to pick, whatever it is, you wanted, and they're gonna add it. And the thing is, the prices are per kilo, right? Per
Yeah.
kilo. So, yeah.
So yeah, I think I remember I saw sushi, I saw onigiri, I saw kebab, I saw noodles, I saw bread, of course, a lot of it. So it's very
Guys,
affordable and very good for students as well. And it's again, it's a supermarket, so you can buy vegetables as well. You can buy fresh meat and fresh food. So it's very nice to be like very nearby the campus.
and they
Mm.
have like nice Chinese food there. Susan and I have like a nice Chinese food. The duck, Susan, right? The duck, oh my God, so soft. We cannot forget about it. We were there together in what do you call this, Vancouver, the three of us.
Definitely.
Just very recently. So guys, if you have any question, please feel free, right? Just
Yeah.
raise your hand, or make sure that you get in touch as well with Susan. Or
Mm. I do believe that our Q&A session is not just limited to this webinar. So even after this, if after you review all the presentation materials, or if you have like prospective students, feel free to reach us out. So I'm also very reachable in WhatsApp. So anyone who wants to text me or ask me like personally after this, just let us know. And definitely I'll share the materials to all of you. And well, I do believe because we have a quite a limited time, I'm gonna also announced the winner of the Canadian quiz. So as you know, Lobby, I told you before that for my trip in Canada, I have like a small quiz for the agents,
Yeah,
so they
you
get like
did.
a familiarization about what student life in Canada, and some of them did really well. So we have your questions and quiz also related to University Canada West as well. And the winner is, with drum roll. Okay, so the winner is Adriani Valianda Tobing from IF Global. Congratulations!
Adriani,
Yeah, so
congratulations.
congratulations, you're gonna receive a Canadian souvenir, which is I handpickly handpick Canadian original maple syrup, and then there's a tumbler and maybe a little small leather wallet for you. So just congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations.
And I can say, yeah. Okay, so I will not proceed with further ado. So thank you so much, everyone, for the time. Thank you so much, Lobby. Thank you so much, William, for the time to share with all of us.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, all the attendees, and stay in touch.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Thank you,
bye.
everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.